Inkproducts.com has now released its newest economy ink tank system. Now this is going to be the install instructions. Show you how simple. This is so simple to install on the XP420, 320, and 424. We now have the latest smart chip that resets the serial number every time. It's an unlimited reset. In other words, on some of the products we had to release, you got 30 resets. You may have gotten 15, and you had to change out the chip. With this new CIS-CISS smart chip, it's unlimited resets, because all you have to do is squeeze the button when it says it can't recognize the cartridge. It's a very simple assembly. Right now, I have a bracket that comes out, hose comes down, goes into our exclusive double loop hose bracket, into our ink tank. Now the ink tank has an isobaric chamber, keeps constant pressure to the print head. And we've also added a locking clip in the back, so you can't knock it over. Now one thing I want to point out about that locking clip, it's going to come on the ink tank itself. It has an adhesive, but you can't hang it off the wall. You can't hang it from the side of your desk. It's got to go exactly where it is, because you can see how the hose is going to come out. I'm going to put a bracket right here, goes in there. When you first get it, the instructions will show you how to rock the bottles to set up the isobaric chamber. That's very important. Always follow the instructions. They're the latest. Videos are old sometimes, and we can't get to update them. So you always want to look at our printed instructions, which also has photos. You're going to get a hose bracket, a little piece of tape on it, an extra hose clip to hold the hose right like this. You're going to get it all primed up, ready to go. There's enough ink in here, if I go by Epson's math, there's enough ink in here to last over 2 years. Now, will it last that long? I don't think so, because that's based on a very small 5% original. And so being realistic, you're not going to get that much, but it's so cheap to replace the ink. Now here we use a dye-based ink straight across from the black. We also build it with pigment ink, but I do recommend this economy system for a lot of home or small office use. Okay, now what I did is because we have so many printers, I took the side off of one of them. What I'm actually doing, just to take into the camera here and get it set up, when I put on my bracket, I peel it and then I stick it. See this little edge right here? Let me try and bring it up and show you. See? So it's going to go in, peel, and stick like that. I'll show you in a second because I'll do it on this one. So you could say that's the only toughest thing you have to do. You have to slide it underneath the mount. We don't mount it to the top, because then we can shut the lid. If we mount it up here, and if you want to do that, you can, but I wouldn't, then you can't shut the lid. See, then it's going to come right on out. You can completely close the lid, use the scanner, everything functions. The only thing you don't have to do is pay for expensive cartridges. Now I brought it over to the cartridge change position so I could show you them. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take them out. I unsnap them. Okay, and I just pull them up. They come out. Now I already have it hooked up to the hose bracket. So after you get it all hooked up, come over here, bring it in here, and you set it down in there. Now at that time I usually unplug the printer so I can do hose travel. So I'm going to reach behind the printer right now. There we go. I unplugged it. Okay? Now I can put the cartridges in, and I'll be able to move it back and forth. Okay, I just unclipped them for a minute. Again, I got ahead of the video. Now when I put them in, I push them down till I hear those 4 clicks. Sometimes I'll push right on top like that. See that one? Carefully. I'll just push on it carefully. Then I know it's locked in. Otherwise you're going to cannot recognize the cartridges. And in this video I'll go all over that. I already set my hose travel all the way over to the right. I'm going to go all the way over to the left. So I got plenty. I don't want too much hose, or I don't want the hose so tight it causes an error code. There it is, just like that. So I've got to mount this bracket first. Then I've got one more hose clip. I'm going to mount about here, just to keep it away from this area right here. I don't want it to go like that, because it'll pinch the hose. So you go over here. I've already balanced my ink tank. I've opened up the air holes to the isobaric chamber. And there again in the instructions we explain how to simply fill it. You can fill it right in this position. So that's how simple it is to install it. I'm pretty sure most people can install it. And you can save a lot of money with this system, a lot of money. It sells very inexpensive to purchase it. The printer, this printer here is only, I think I paid $49 for it from Walmart. Very good printer. Has a scanner to it, has Wi-Fi, so it has a lot of features that a lot of people like, and it's inexpensive. So for well under $200 or $150, I should say, you can have an awesome ink system. We make it here in America. This is American-made ink. It's Ultra Pro True Color American-made ink. Now, we have every printer. We test every printer we sell a product for. So I took the one off of this just so I could show you how I'm going to peel and stick it right in there. It's got a kind of like a little, oh, you could say a indentation there. So I want to go up into that. And let me go quickly over here. There's the indentation I'm talking about. So when I put the bracket in, I peel the tape, put that end in, and then push it up, which I'm going to show you right here. So I can do it right here on the outside. Now, I took this off another machine so I can demonstrate better how to get it in there, because I could figure some people are going to have a little problem getting this bracket up in there, because you got to be, you know, reasonably steady and reasonably. Okay, now I peeled it. Now, of course, you're going to have to do this when it's in the machine. Okay? So you're going to have to do this when it's in the machine. So you kind of want to get an idea. It's going to go just like that. So basically what I'm doing, when I first put it in the machine, I put it, let me get the camera over here now. I put it so it's into that groove, and I slide it. Now you got to be careful because it wants to stick. That's why I said this is the most difficult part. See, I got it bottom right there. It's in the groove, and in the printer I would push it up like that. So that's the way it would look. Now that's standard 3M tape. You can buy it anywhere. So if you make a mistake or screw it up, you got to peel this tape off and put a new piece of tape on. But that's what we want. That I would say is the hardest thing to do, because it's new to you. You know, I've done it a lot of times. Okay, and then you have your clips that go down onto the bracket, like here, goes into there, and it snaps down and holds the hose. Then you can take them back out again. Just got to squeeze the bottom, and they come right out. Okay, so if you have to take the hose out. So you got one, you've got two. Now also you're going to get a set of injectors and tips so you can fill your ink tank if you buy extra ink. There's a priming tool, a very important priming tool, should you run it out of ink. But there again, we give you all the instructions how to do that in other videos or in our printed instructions. Okay, now I got it in. I'm going to plug it back in, and we're going to turn it on. Okay, now I plugged it in. I'm turning it on. It'll take a second. I want to point out, this is the best way we found to run the hose. If you put them up here, or you put it what they call a T-bracket or something, it gets caught here and gets pinched. But we like this design because you could close the lid, you have no obstruction whatsoever. And there's no harm to the hose because it can travel freely. Okay, here we go. Let's see what error code I'm going to get. Usually you can get sometimes cannot recognize. You have to take them in and out a couple of times and reseat them. That's normal. It says here, now this is important, that's why I do this. Cannot recognize the following cartridges. Try installing them again. What that means is I had it off, I unplugged it, then I put them in. So the printer is confused. So go to proceed on OK. Oops, sorry. So say OK. Okay, it's going to move it over. Now that it's still under power, I can unsnap it. Now I just want to show you something. See, I'm squeezing that button. Now watch. It's detecting the chips. So now I'm going to pick it up again, just a little bit, and put it back down. There you go. Make sure you hear that clicking. That is important. I just push lightly on that tab because it's got to lock in. Press start. It's going to check the cartridges. Now it's saying I can't recognize the cyan. Okay. There again, we'll go to OK. That means my cyan's not in. What I'm going to do this time, I'm going to check the cyan, make sure I pushed it in, and I'm going to squeeze the button. Now watch what happens when I squeeze it. See that? Okay, now I can go back and say OK. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to hit start. I'm pushing that thing, it's not working. Okay, now it's just going to check the cartridges. Now I always leave the top open to watch everything go back and forth, make sure I've got good hose travel. And a little bit of air, if you get a little bit of air in the hose, don't pay any attention to that. That's actually a good thing because it's going to travel, it's going to go in the cartridge, it's going to go up to the top, it's not going to harm anything. Now it's going to be charging the ink, so it's all set. You're going to hear it run and charge up. Then we'll do a nozzle check. So I hope this video helps so you can understand. Probably in this area here, when I put that bracket on, you gotta, you know, do a dry run on it first. Don't take the tape off the hose bracket itself. Just leave it on so you can put it up under there and you can feel what's going on. Then when you feel and you're comfortable, then you can peel it and stick it on. Well, it's going to take a minute or two. And now it's starting, I can hear it run, it's charging. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and put that other hose clip on while it's doing that. I'm going to put it right about there, right on that corner, right like that. And I always have the opening facing out. This way I can slide my slide my hose right in there, and it'll hold it on an angle like that. So it won't get pinched when I shut the lid. So you can just spread the clip and put it on. Okay, there, see? Now nothing's going to get pinched. Okay, now it's done. It's got me back to there. Now I'm going to move over and go to where it says setup. Ink levels. I'll take a look at the ink levels. Full. Now, there's your cartridge replacement should you ever have to take them out. So that looks okay. I'll hit the back arrow. Now let's go down to maintenance. Go to nozzle check. And then hit start. It'll take a second. Gonna print. And watch it down in there. Now, let's take a look at it. Perfect. Perfect.